everyone. Today we'll be tackling another lesson, the Inquiries, Investigation, and Immersion, Week 5. Now let's get started. Lesson 1. Ethical Standards in Writing Related Literature. So the expectation in this lesson is to first identify the most relevant ethical issues in writing literature review. Second is to determine the 5 principles that will help writers and researchers to follow an ethical literature review. And lastly, to promote important ethical standards in writing literature review among your peer researchers.
The literature review summarizes what has been researched and published in a focus of researcher study. Moreover, writing the literature review requires embarking on ethical standards. According to Resnick 2020, the most common way of defining ethics is norm for conduct that distinguish between acceptable and unacceptable behavior. When researchers think about ethics, they must also ask themselves if it is right to conduct a particular study or carry out specific procedures. Frankel and Waller 2000. Ethical writing is a reflection of ethical practice. As Colin 2002 emphasized, ethical writing is a straightforward, accurate, fair, and honest research practice. Research ethics govern the standard principle in conducting and designing a researcher or study. It is vital to abide by a set of ethical guidelines to ensure the researcher's reliability and credibility, promote educational truthfulness, and establish integrity among the proponents of the study.
5 Principles to follow an ethical literature review from the American Psychological Association or APA. First, observe informed consent rules. Second, uphold confidentiality and privacy rights. Third, be aware of your influence and rule. Fourth, know and use ethical resources. And lastly, be upfront about intellectual property. Remember, plagiarism is an act against the intellectual property right law committed when authors present a work or idea of others with a pure intention to claim it is their own without ascription. Fraud is fabrication, falsification, or deception in performing or reporting research result by Harvey in 2020. Aside from plagiarism and research fraud, another ethical concern in writing is language use. A writer must avoid racially charged, sexist, offensive language and tendency from University of Richmond in 2017. Simultaneously, research misconduct is the fabrication, falsification, or plagiarism, including misrepresenting credentials in proposing, performing, or reviewing research or reporting result.
Now, let's move forward to Lesson 2. Lesson 2. Writing review of related literature, and the expectations in this lesson is to first, identify the structure and correct sequence in writing literature review. Second is practice writing literature review using literary sample. And lastly, value the importance of writing review of related literature in doing a research.
A review of related literature is a comprehensive summary of an existing literary work related to the topic research. In this section of research, you explain about information, analysis, and findings from existing literature significant to your topics. Differences or unlikely ideas in literature you are reviewing in your topic research. You can also emphasize this in your review and, if possible, discuss these gaps or resolve these differences through your study by providing a potential solutions. A good literature review isn't just about summarizing sources of information. It analyzes, synthesizes, and critically weights to provide better understanding of the state of knowledge on the topic matter. It delivers an overview of existing knowledge, allowing you to identify relevant theories, methods, and gaps in the present research. Writing a literature review involves finding significant publications such as books, journals, and articles, critically analyzing them and explaining what have you found.
Structure of literature review. Here are the basic structures that a literature review must contain. An introduction part, the main body containing the discussion of existing literature, and finally a conclusion and recommendation part to the end of literary review. The following provides a brief description of the content of each part. Introduction. It provides a short rationale for the literature review topic, such as the central theme, or structural pattern of said literature. Main body. This part presents your discussion about information, analysis, and findings from existing literature related to your topic. And last, conclusions and recommendation. This part provides your conclusion from the literature review and provides possible directions where your study would result.
Remember, the knowledge and efficiency to review and write significant literature is a fundamental skill in academic field, especially in conducting research. Here are the four importance of literature review. First, it describes how the proposed research relate to prior research in statistics. Second, it shows the originality and relevance of your research problem, specifically your research is different from other statisticians. Third, it justifies your proposed methodology. Lastly, it demonstrates your preparedness to complete the research. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Hope you've learned something and keep that in mind.